Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Frostbite SMP episode. This is the second episode. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? Like a long while. I just checked, and it's been about 2.5 years since the first episode. Well, the SMP was on hold for a little while, and then I think half a year ago or so, we decided to pick it up again. And so what's changed in that time? Well, everything, pretty much. So, yeah, I think we're gonna start the second episode by doing what we did in the first episode, just 2.5 years later, really. And that's a world tour, again. If anything, and no videos released for another 2 years, the next video on this SMP will probably be another world tour, so yeah, it'll be great. So, okay, let's get going. I think I started in the only area that hasn't changed really, which is fun to say, actually. So, this used to be the chest room. Chests are still here, but I think most of them are empty. So, yeah, anything that is bulk storage, like saplings, sand, glass is also moved. I think only colored glass is still here. And that things like that, or the ores, and then what is it, dirt, cobblestone, all, they've all moved. So, used to be the chest room, now it's just kind of storage for items. We don't have storage for other bulk storage. Someone needed brew potions, very important. Let's go downstairs, and I think, yeah, the furnaces are still here. We never used them, but they are still here. And then on the outside, well, I added some foliage, some nice grass and little trees. The farm is still here. There are 3 beetroot because, well, it looks nice. Nobody's ever going to eat that. And, oh, in the left corner of my eye, I see the map from a few months ago. Yeah, this is not the new map, and this has actually been here for a while. I just haven't wanted to update it because, well, it's that old of a map. Now, I don't know if you can lock this map retroactively, so that's why I haven't changed it. If I could lock it and then take it off, that would be nice, and then make a new map, but I'm not certain if we can do that. It's probably a possibility. Just gotta do some world editing in the files, but I don't really... I mean, you could call that cheating, but I don't think it's cheating to retroactively lock a map without you wanting to update it accidentally. So, or actually, maybe if you pick it up and then don't look at the contents, it might lock it. I'm not certain. Anyway, so fishing hut thing is still there. Enchanter is still there. I think I used it twice or something. So let's go to the metro station. Now, I did watch my old server tour from 2 years ago, and this wasn't really done yet, was it? So, system is the same. There's minecarts. You go place down a minecart, press the button, and you're off. And well, you might notice that there's actually a railway now, and it's also a little wider. You might make this a little dark, so I hope it isn't too dark. So I made the railway a little brighter. Actually, let's go in, right? Turn on some gamma utils, and I'm sorry for the screen flashing. Okay. You can see that it's a lot wider. The reason we made it wider is because the minecart would actually bump into the slabs that were on the side, and then the walls in the middle. The minecart would bump into those and be very slow. So we just decided to scrap that and we'll redesign the tunnel. I mean, we had to redesign the tunnel anyway because of the world. Well, not reset, full reset, but I'll mention it in a second. So the new railway station, you might have seen it in the back. This is the new railway station. It's a bit bigger than the old one. I found the old one comically small for what would be a central station, really. So I think the plans for the SMP haven't changed all that much. Generally, we still want to connect every base and every location via railway. But, well, you might notice that I have an elytra on me. So yes, we also use a elytra to get around everywhere. But, you know, at the end of the day, we do want a railway everywhere. We just haven't really been working on that. We should get back on that. So this is the central railway station. there's not a lot to it really. It's just some nice platforms with seats you can sit in. It's just pretty nice roof design. And then there's also a tower, because, well, every building has a tower. I think that you need to be able to climb the tower, because it's just a lot more fun now then, isn't it? And it's actually also real minecart storage, but it would be pointless to show that off. Okay, now left of that, to our left now, is the, well, it's our trading hall. It isn't the biggest trading hall. I also love what I've done here with the rails. Essentially, mobs, because they're minecart rails, they don't want to pass over them, and so we essentially mob-proofed this whole trading hall so that zombies can't come in by making it so that they don't want to pass over rails because they might bump into non-existent minecarts. It's really fun. Essentially just a lot of farming villagers, AL, and pretend that doesn't. I need to fix that at some point. Water columns to go up. Then I think, yep, a lot of enchanted bugs. And then at the top floor we have our terracotta villagers. And then if you can make jump, there you go. We can also just, well, we have a tower, so once again we need to be able to climb it. That's a bit of a theme, isn't it? Okay, now we got a good view for the rest of the, well, main base, I think you can call it. That is our nether portal. That thing over there, well, let's just go there, shall we? Once again, I did some detailing with like foliage, small trees, some bigger trees. What is it? Storage silos for this building. I guess you can store a rock wall in there or something. I'm just making stuff up right now, right? So nether portal, trees. Then we have the super smelter, which is this is designed by Cubic Meter. We designed the super smelter, and we just, well, I encased it in some nice building so it wasn't too apparent what's going on. In the back we also have a bit of a storage. There's also some furnaces for smelting things manually. The smelter only works, or ideally only works with stacks. You can put in less than a stack, but it's not recommended, so if you need to smelt less than a stack, there's more than furnaces for that. Coal storage, and then a safety hatch, which is really just a servicing hatch for the machine itself. There you go. To look at the machine. If things get stuck, because these machines do break, then we can just fix it. Okay, then I think there's one building left in at the spawn. Oh no, this is something else we need to talk about, isn't there? Just walk past this. There's nothing happening here. We don't have any bunk beds or stone cutters that are for some reason there. This is our bulk storage, and well, actually yes, let's talk about it. This is these are items that have to go into the bulk storage, but we haven't designated a place for them, or just random stuff that we have laying around apparently. Torches. What else do we have? Quartz blocks. We only have 2. The sandstone, concrete powder, rails, a lot of rails. Things like that are here, which will have to go into the main storage at some point, but just we haven't put them in there yet. So bulk storage for a lot of items, and yes, the towers are climbable. Very important, isn't it? So I think that's pretty much it for spawn at this point in time. There's gonna be some videos where I add new things to spawn. We had it's currently a tree farming area in the back. I don't know what I'm gonna put there yet, but if I keep watching, you'll find out probably. And then we have emergency exits for elytras. In the design, there used to be windows in there, but I decided not to put them in because it's easier for us to just fly out if we want to with an elytra. Actually, talk about this. Well, it's the church really. I designed this a few years back. I think a year and a half maybe ago. Year and a half about ago, because I was bored, which makes the amount of times I've made a church because I was bored too. It's almost a pattern. It's a bit concerning. In a creative world, but in Windows, I don't really remember what the windows were. There was a bit of a story to them. I think it was like sun coming up, some middle of the day, sun going down or something. It was some story to it, not much. And then we were building it, we didn't have any glass, and then we decided to just not put in any, well, we could make it, but we were too lazy, really, so we didn't do it. Anyway, that was it for main storage. Now let's move on to our, well, industrial district. And no, it's no longer up north, technically. It is now down south somewhere. And, well, let's address something I mentioned earlier. The world, well, it didn't get reset, but we did move back, because at some point we moved the server over from a vanilla server, which I think the first world tour was on, to a fabric server. And then one of the hard drives on the server corrupted, and so we lost everything on the fabric version of the world, but not on the vanilla version of the world. So we copied over the world to the fabric server, and that one we didn't have access to anymore. I wanted to go down to the railway, but, well, there's no rail line yet to the industrial district, so at some point there, I don't know I'm going to do videos about that. It's a long distance, so we'll see. Right. So what we had to do is I pulled the world from the vanilla world, which was, I think, like a month or something of progress lost. Some farms here. Doesn't really matter. And then I converted the world to 1.19, which is the version we're in right now. And so we lost a bit of progress, but, well, it's been made up now. Anyway, this is a pretty long railway line, and I'll see you at the end of the line. Anyway, we have arrived at the industrial districts, and this is what it looks like currently. We spent a couple of months, I think, not digging this out. We had trenchers running around the district, and then we used a world eater, or just carpet bombers, depending on what you want to call them, to dig this out. We have luckily, we have a concrete duping machine to place all of this concrete. I forgot the exact amount of black concrete I placed, but it's a lot. And then we decorated it with some stone. It's not fully done decorating, and there will be some videos finishing this perimeter before we put in any farms. Now on the bottom there's currently a lot of slime. We're planning on covering that with carpets, so some carpet duping is probably going to be required for that as well. Then behind me is currently our base of operations. I feel like this also needs an upgrade, right? So another few episodes there. Just a chest monster, really. There's nothing really to it. And then, well, also all of the concrete I had left after placing, which is surprisingly not a lot. So I didn't make too much concrete from concrete powder. And then, well, the rest of the industrial district, these are farms that are eventually going to get moved into the industrial district, but aren't there right now. So it is the farm we used for making the concrete powder, duped really into concrete, then a universal tree farm, and just some small but very efficient cobblestone farm, especially for its size. So if you go over here, there's also a shulker farm, but that's not really the main attraction. The main attraction is the donuts shaped thing over here. Actually, I just call it the donuts. You might have noticed that there's no mob spawning, and this is why. This shape thing contains a whole lot of, well, shulkers. These are just shulkers without designs. Right, mob switches don't prevent phantoms from spawning, do they now? Amazing. Okay, amazing game design. Yes, they'll burn in a second. So I'm just waiting for the sun to come up. No wait, yes it will. Okay, just give it a second. Unless I kill them all first. Apparently do. Okay, so there's a lot of shulkers here, which essentially just spam no cap. And so when the game asks, okay, can a mob spawn? It goes, wait, there's already 180 shulkers. There's too many mobs, so no, I'm not gonna spawn any new mobs. Aside for phantoms, because they don't care about the rules, as they just saw. So I can free cam, and then, yeah, every one of these cells contains one alive shulker. In total, if we were to fill this whole thing up, there will be 512, but we have found that it started raining. Great. And we can sleep for this. Amazing. We have found that for 2 players, 180 is more than enough. I think for 3 players, 180 might be a few short, but we'll have to fill up this design for more players. 512 should be more than enough at some point, so if you fill it up, that is gonna be more than enough, isn't it? Okay, after the industrial district, which, well, currently doesn't contain a whole lot, it does it, we have arrived back at spawn, and so I wanna not just, you know, show off the world a second time in this episode. I also wanted to do some building. So I have already gone in advance, gone and decided an area which I wanted to build. So, well, let's actually first check if we have any signs left in main storage. We really need to know. It would be, otherwise we'd have to craft some, right? So is there any signs left? Yes, there's some birch signs left. Actually, I only need 1. Okay. Then let's use our rockets to fly over to where I want to build. Right, let's just quickly pause that for a second and talk about what happened here. Something really interesting happened here. I think it has to do with, if you look at the houses there, you can clearly see like string borders flying in the air, and the terrain below it is fine. It's really weird. So, looks pretty cool. Let's go there. Good. I just noticed him jumping. Okay, sorry. So this is a flying village, and I have checked, and unless the guy has flung himself off, there is actually a village over here. Yes, here he is. He's still alive. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be pretty neat. You know what? Yes, we'll upgrade this at some point as well, and we have a nice look over. So we're using Bobby for extended view distance, by the way. So that's our spawn, and then you know what? Actually, let's continue to the area where I want to build. Okay, so we have arrived. For those wondering where we are, if you want to be able to situate yourself, that's the mountain where we saw a goat, so it's not that far away. So, well, I want to do some building in this episode, so, there you go. That's all the building for today. Yep. Anyway, for the last part of this video, I think I'm gonna talk about my plans here. I've been thinking about doing something futuristic, but also like, what is it, ecological utopia, something like that. So a lot of greens, a lot of whites, some blues I think as well, a lot of glass especially. So, oh, yeah, they also spawn with mob cap. Yeah, so if you use a mob switch, you also have wandering villager controls, so just leave them be, and then you won't be bothered by them. There's also, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we can see it now, can we? Yes, so there's also a village in the distance over there, which will also do something with... Why did I use crafting tables? I did... Oh well, anyway. So yeah, that's our plan for a futuristic thing. You know what, I'm gonna start by, well, the rail station there. It's gonna be pretty neat. And then it's gonna be a nice long bridge here, which, well, it's a futuristic design, so I'm already having a lot of ideas. But we'll have to wait for the next episode to see what I make of it. Anyway, I am going to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you're relatively up to speed now with what's been going on the last 2 years. Where I've been the last 2 years. Not much really, so that's where I've been the last 2 years. Hope you guys enjoyed, and well, if you made it this far, then you know, why don't you consider subscribing? You watched the whole video of 20 minutes of me just rambling. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode, which hopefully isn't in 2 years. Bye.